here we are live on YouTube. My name is Marcus Fingaz, Dafngaz. If you do not know, I am a music composer and creator, and diving in on sync licensing, which is getting our music as a music creator into movies and television and video games and social media and all kinds of stuff, commercials, advertising campaigns. And I also do trailer music, which is motion picture marketing campaigns, advertising in the movie trailers and video game trailers and TV show trailers and things like that. In this video, I am unboxing a new tool that I have called the PreSonus Revelator. This is for the last, literally for years, I've been trying to figure out something that would help me in my journey of music production so that I can go live and I can seamlessly share the content I'm sharing from my DAW, which is the music production tool I use, Logic Pro, and also share the audio from my microphone and just do things seamlessly. I've tried all kinds of platforms, Restream, of course, directly to YouTube, directly to Zoom, screen sharing, things with like Soundflower or Black Hole. Voice meter, I think, was one thing, but I think that was only on the Mac. There was so many options and tools out there, and I just couldn't get anything to click. Had a great chat with the team over at PreSonus. I never know how to say it. And next thing I know, this was delivered to my house. This is the Revelator, and it has a it might be backwards. It has a built-in mixer so that all I have to do is send my audio, route my audio from here to the whatever I'm using, Zoom or anything like that, and it allegedly is supposed to work when I go live. So I'm gonna try this out. Hopefully this weekend I can start doing some production classes and things like that. Let me see if I can get the chat. If you have anything to say in the chat, drop a chat if you have any questions. So I'm gonna unbox this thing. Like I said, I usually don't go live on YouTube, but I'm trying to get my YouTube up. I just started a podcast called Syncrets To Success. Also joined the Syncrets To Success Facebook group where we talk about sync licensing. Jers Boy, thank you for tuning in. You got the Revelator? Man, I got to get some notes from you. And thank you to everyone in the Syncrets To Success group. When I posted, I'm looking for something to help in my not podcast, but help in my production journey when I want to go live with music production. I got so many suggestions, so many great suggestions. Ecamm, some other things. L Cool J. I'm trying to get my YouTube up. In all honesty, I mostly go live on like Instagram, but YouTube I think has a little bit more longevity, even though Mark Zuckerberg is doing his thing. Man, this cable looks kind of interesting. There's a nice little thing here, I guess, for the microphone. It does. So the one I got is the Revelator, which comes with a microphone, and then it also comes with probably instructions on how to install the software. I was about to say it comes with a CD, but we don't have CDs anymore. So the software is actually run, I believe, from within the microphone. So I would use this microphone to like speak, and I do have another microphone. So I would like to, ideally, if I could take this off of this stand, which I might not be able to, and then put it on the stand that I have. But I'm gonna figure it out. But shout out to the team over at PreSonus. I never know, like I said, I don't know how to say it. This was just at my door actually last night, so I couldn't wait to get home today so I could check it out. That's everything in the box. So what's in the box is the actual microphone. There's some, I guess, instructions here how to register the stuff, which I'm going to do to download the Universal Control, which is the software that I'm going to use to stream and things like that. And then, of course, I can get the microphone set. I got to figure out in my room how I'm going to set it up. Let's see what the cable is, because my computer is USB-C. I do have some external drives and things I can use to get to USB-A. It looks like this itself is USB-A, and then is that USB-A out the microphone? It is USB-C out of the microphone, and then USB-A. So I don't know if the microphone will work with the USB-C cable directly. Jers Boy, let me know. The screen I'm on is small. Is it a Wednesday? I don't want to, if I turn my phone, it'll be messed up now. I think it'll mess up things if I try to turn the phone. I'm using my phone in, what is this called? Portrait mode. I should have did it sideways when I started. But everything in the box. So again, shout out to, if someone knows how to say it, PreSonus. Had a great meeting with an incredible representative from there a couple days ago, and he was like, get it. You can mount the mic as well. It will work with OBS. Yeah, I'm gonna try to use it with OBS. I do a lot of screen recording. My screen recording is fine. I also want to use it for what's it called? Um, Zoom, and maybe even going live on YouTube. But I want to figure out how to go live from Logic, and this seemed to be the winning solution. It's still not like it's really compact microphone. And you said you use a USB hub. I have a USB hub, and I have one. I do have one opening there. I don't know if it's really powerful, so I might have to invest in another USB hub. I have a Mac computer. I do have like a USB thing going on that connects my computer up to my monitor, and things like that there. I can't show my screen right now. I feel like if you ever watch Mixing Night with Ken Lewis, and Ken's like, don't show the screen. I got some stuff up that I can't show for some projects I'm working on. I can close it out and then I can show you the setup. But Revelator, shout out to PreSonus presidents. If you have any questions, any sync questions, just been diving in on, like I said, the projects I can't show. I've been testing out. I can't say what it is, but I've been beta testing an AI music. There's a lot of platforms out there. I've been testing one from a big company. And they have some software. It's text to music. You type in the text. Hip hop beat, whatever. And it is. It's not the worst. It's not the best, and it's not the worst. And to be honest, some ideas I've gotten from there has been great. I've been making music. Yes, El Cool J. Currently, I have the Facebook group. If you're not part of the Facebook group, I have a Facebook group, Syncrets To Success, Syncrets, TO Success. So it's like sync and secrets put together. Syncrets To Success. We just crossed 1,000 members, and also there's a directory there where I find a lot of collaborators there, and there's a lot of things happening in that community where people are finding collaborators. There's some libraries there looking for music. So I've really been focusing on that group, and then also diving in on trailers, trailerizations, and really over the last week I've been getting a lot of sync opportunities. I signed a deal with a sync company last week, and they send out briefs every day, at least. Sometimes I'm getting 3 to 5 briefs from that company, and they're all, let's say, minimum 5 figures. So I'm chasing those opportunities daily because that'd be great. And then of course trailers, which takes me a whole day, and trailerizations, which I need to get back into. But I'm always making music, at least 1 track a day. This weekend I probably made about 15 ideas for sync, mostly for sync. I didn't do any trailer stuff this weekend. So yeah, really all in, diving in. A lot of stuff I'm working on does require vocals, so I reach out to the community I have on Facebook, using the directory there to find vocals, for example. And when I have a problem finding things, like for example, I needed what is it called? I needed English, like British accent, like British hip hop artists that were from Great Britain, UK, London, England. I needed that like drill sound, and I didn't have that accessible in the group. So I started looking online, like on Instagram, for artists, and I found one who was really good, but he was like on vacation. He's like, I don't have a studio, and I needed something. It was a 6-figure opportunity for sports, some type of sports thing, and it was like we needed, and it was same day thing. So I didn't get a picture of that, but there's a lot more of those where that came from. So El Cool J, yeah, using AI. I don't use Mid Journey. I did use it at first. I am currently not a fan of Discord. I just get overwhelmed when I jump into Discord, because I'm part of a lot of groups. So I only jump into Discord when I need to post something in a group, and then I get out quickly because I get so many notifications and things, and I need to focus on the music. So it was really just me being distracted by jumping in there, and. But using AI, I use AI for artwork. Literally, the podcast I'm doing, I got the idea. I've always had the idea for it, but using AI to sort of help me flesh it out, with the scripting and the notes for it. And I want to write a book. Hopefully, I'm hoping and praying that I can get to NAMM next year. I'm supposed to be working with them to put together some panels on sync licensing, and I'm hoping that I can get a book out before then, so that I can have it with me. So hoping to somehow use AI to help me in the book publishing process. I'm not a writer yet, I guess, until I write it. And I don't know much about it, but I do have some author friends. So want to dive in, and hopefully I can get some time to focus on that. Really, I think I can write it in a weekend. It's just the publishing and everything that I got to get done. So that'll take time away from the music also. So right now I'm really heavy. I'm working on a project for some big sports things coming up. Obviously, what sports are about to begin. So working on finishing up those ideas over the next few weeks. This month is my birthday month. So getting ready to celebrate another year. I have a sister who's getting married this month also. And I'm supposed to be going to New York next week. Still don't know. I'm doing a sync chat either way. It could be virtual, but I'm supposed to be doing a sync chat at a writers camp in New York next week. So I need to talk more about that. Maybe I'll go live on Instagram and talk about that. But it's a writers camp, and I'm doing a talk on Tuesday night about sync licensing. And if I can get there in person, which I might just even if I go up and come back the same day to New York, I have a surprise for the host. It's actually part of Troy Taylor University. So if you're familiar with Troy Taylor University, Troy Taylor's incredible producer from Atlanta. I think he's from Atlanta. But Trey Songz producer. He's worked with Marcus Houston. He's worked with Tyrese, incredible songwriter, producer, arranger. So hopefully I can pull that off because I had a huge surprise for him. Pause when I get there. So hoping I can at least get there that day. But stay tuned for the Writers Camp. It's hosted by 2915 Entertainment, 2915. 2915, and it'll be 3 days of the writers camp. I'll be there. If anything, I'll be there hopefully that Tuesday. If not, I'll just do it virtually, but hopefully I'll be in person on Tuesday, and I'll share some sync gems in addition to the surprise that I got. Daughter's birthday this month. Jersey Boy, that's awesome. Make sure L Cool J, Jersey Boy, everyone who watches this recording, make sure you join the Syncrets To Success Facebook group. I got to make sure I include the link in the description of this when I post it. But make sure you join the Syncrets To Success Facebook group. I really had just went live just to show this thing, this PreSonus. I'm probably going to spend much of tonight setting it up. I don't think it's going to take much effort. Just figuring out where I'm going to plug it into. But what was in the box was some instruction manual things, which I'm actually surprised. A lot of things are coming with digital now. Of course, the serial number, so I got to register the thing. The cable, USB-C to USB-A. So the bottom of and the actual microphone, which is USB-C out. It has headphone out, and I think that's pretty much it. And I do see the where I can mount this to my stand. So I might try to mess with that a little bit, or I might just see if I use it as is. I mean, they gave you all this gear, so maybe I'll figure out how to get this on my desk and make it work. We'll figure it out. Thank you for joining Jersey Boy Beats. Yeah, so now you're probably like the 1001 or second member. And I'm hoping once I get this set up, maybe this weekend, to go live there for the group to celebrate 1000. But jump in there, introduce yourself, say what you do. They have some good tips on their YouTube page. Yeah, I know it comes with, I think it comes with also Studio One, the artist edition. I've tried Studio One, and I didn't really get into it. I use Logic, so I might install it just to have it on the computer. I'm also running low on space on the computer. But my other gift that I got during Prime Day was this thing, which I haven't used yet, but it's a 4 terabyte Samsung drive. You could have got it for I got it for nothing. You could have got it for, I think, 170, 180 during Amazon Prime Day. 4 terabytes for 180. At the beginning of the year, this was $450, I think, and then it dropped down to like $250, and then Prime Day it was like under $200. So good deal. Even if you get it now, still a good deal if you want to wait for like Black Friday. I currently use, you can't see it, I use the 2 terabyte version that's blue right now, and I'm running low on space on there. So I want to, the other thing I have to do is I want to transfer all the stuff over from that drive to this drive. And I know when I do that, it's going to mess up a lot of my workflow, my Logic sessions. Even if I name it the same thing, I think it's going to mess up a lot of stuff. So I just got to brace myself for that transition of moving that stuff over. That'll probably take another weekend. So yeah, and I got to get some space available on my computer. And then maybe I'll install the artist series thing, or the artist edition of Studio One. Jersey Boy, you got the SanDisk. Those are great drives. I had a Lacey like forever coming up, the rugged drives, just because they were like, sturdy. This one looks kind of rugged. This is the Shield, the Samsung T7 Shield, 4 terabyte. This is I've been asking them to come out with this size forever, and they finally did. So now it's like, can you make an 8 terabyte this size? So I'm sure in about a year or two they'll make an 8 terabyte. But until then, pick up 2 of these. But with this one and the other one I now have 6 terabytes. I also have, I think, 6 terabytes in my computer, 4 or 6 in the computer itself. But the computer, like I said, I keep making so much music that I don't export stuff off to save space, so I got to clean up some space on there. So I have a lot of space cleaning to do over the next few weeks to get some space, because I'm getting down to the last terabyte on my computer, and I don't want to get down to under 1. So Yeah, a lot of things happening. But shout out to PreSonus. I still don't know how to say it. You got a 5 terabyte, but may upgrade to SSD. Yeah, I keep all my samples on the. I have a Mac. I keep all my samples in the computer. For the most part, I do have some on the external, but for the most part, I keep them in the computer. And I'm not trying to upgrade for anytime soon. My wife just got me this last year. This computer, like top of the line Mac. So it's gonna hopefully last me 6 7 years. You want that one. Love Lacy, but it's bulky stays. Yeah, but Lacy's bulky. I have a old drive. It's 12 terabyte external Pegasus. So it's like a RAID drive. But that's probably 6 7 years old. But I use it as backup to back up my files. And it's a huge drive, and compared to this is like the palm of your hand. This is 4 terabytes. So 3 of these would match this huge drive I have for my backup, my external backup, which is crazy. Yeah, L Cool J, just been making music. So much music that I'm running out of space. And then testing a lot of. I do a lot of beta testing. If you follow the Samplist, SAMPLEIST on YouTube, I do a lot of beta testing and demos for plugins as part of that channel. So mostly I get the percussion stuff from them. So all the percussion libraries. I just did. I don't think they posted it yet, but I did do the. What was the percussion one? There was a Drum Fury, I think, from Sample Logic. That one is posted. I just did one. There's a new percussion library that just came out, and I forgot the name of it. I think it's called Tom Factory. It sounds incredible. It's really like tight, like cinematic drums. I did the review for them, and then like yesterday, I made a bunch of loops for another collaborator in the sync space, and I didn't know. It's my first time working with them, so I didn't know what kind of loops he wanted. So I made 10 loops, like drums, percussion, and some sounds and stuff. And he was like, I don't need the drums. So I'm going to take all the drums out and maybe release a pack with just the drums, or sell a sample pack, maybe royalty free. I haven't released a sample pack in maybe over a year. So I might release a cinematic drum pack sometime soon. So stay tuned. I want to do a piano loop pack. I have a lot of packs ready. So I just got to release them. And market them and do all that. So that takes, I can make a pack in a day. So that's part of why I wanted this thing, because I can start showing the process. So I can do like a sample pack, masterclass over the weekend, or a couple hours, how to make a sample pack in a day, how I use AI, as someone mentioned earlier, to get the artwork. I don't use Midjourney. I use Leonardo, which is I'm on the free. I use the free version. I never hit the limits because I don't use it that much. But you can do like a paid version. There's so much AI. I have a folder in my window of like the AI software when I need to just figure out what to use. I open it up and just go through AI. But if you're into AI, go to futuretools.io. One word, futuretools.io. The guy who runs it, is it Adam Hunt? I forgot his name. But he just like archives, or he catalogs like every AI software that's out there, and it's on this site, and you can choose between topics. You say, I just want to look up the music AI tools that are available, and he just has them all listed. Great resource for AI. He's one of the sort of like leading thought leaders in the AI space as far as knowing what's out there, testing things. And he posts every day about AI. So when I have questions about it, I just go to his page and be like, okay, what's the latest AI news that I need to figure out? So futuretools.io is the site. You can check out the AI stuff. Any sync questions? I don't know how long I'll be live, because I know my wife's out. I think she's out doing some shopping for her sister's wedding, who will be married. Her sister gets married next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So yeah, a lot of things happening like over the next few weeks. So New York sync chat on Tuesday. Yeah, futuretools.io, check it out. New York, hopefully I'll be in the building. If not, I'll be there virtually. Sync chat, and then wedding fun with the family next weekend. Then my birthday at the end of the month. L Cool J, I just posted on Instagram, the Fingaz, DAFINGAZ, hard drive, HRDRV. I got a couple placements with them on BMF Stars, so they shared that. Not exactly sync. My biggest this year was having music launch at Disneyland. That was custom composition, but it was from Chasing Sync or Chasing Trailers. I released a trailer album last year, neoclassical trailer album, and got to the hands of some people at Disneyland. And I talk about that in some interviews that I've done. I have a couple podcast interviews I've been doing that should be coming out in the next few weeks. But I did one. Uh, and I need to post it on my site. If you go to defingers.com, I got to work on getting all of my like interviews and things up there, all the YouTube links. I have them all bookmarked. I just got to get them up on my site so that you can be like, oh, okay, this is the latest interview. But yeah, always reach out to interviews, podcasts, just to talk about music. And very few of them, my pitch is, have you ever talked to someone who's composed music for Disney theme park attraction? And that's something that was not on my radar. Never was expecting that. So to be among the people who have done that, which is it's not a long list, not a short list, but not a long list. And very few people know people who've done that. I do know a few people actually that have, just because of the groups I'm part of, composers and trailer music. But yeah, I got music at a attraction called Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. And when I was at NAMM hosting a sync panel this year, I had my wife and kids out there, and we went to Disneyland and was able to see and experience my music live at this attraction, which is like crazy. Like definitely special moment so far in my music career. And hopefully more moments to come. But yeah, any questions? That's the sync journey. And then right now, big goal, which I'm being a little pessimistic, I guess. I would say in 2 years, would love to have some music on Super Bowl campaigns, especially a trailer. But it maybe it'll happen next year. So we'll see. If you know Super Bowl campaigns this year, to get a 30-second ad on the Super Bowl was $7 million. And I would imagine the music for some of those was probably, if it was even 10% of that, that's 700,000. If it was even 5%, that's 350. I mean, even if it's 100,000 for some music on a Super Bowl ad, that's pretty good. And imagine if you get a lot of Super Bowl ads. So fingers crossed. So I'm trying to align with companies that are the effort it takes for me to make music is the same whether I'm making music, for $20 to sell on a beat site or for a 5 or 6 figure campaign. Other than trailer music takes a lot more effort. But for like hip hop R&B stuff, so why not? The effort's still the same. So why not try to get a bigger return on the time investment and go for the bigger opportunities? There's a lot more people chasing those opportunities. So it's trying to figure out how to cut through, trying to find the right companies that can help you pitch those things. And with sync in particular, there's multiple ways to chase sync or to go after sync licensing. One is to create albums and then submit those albums to a library, and then hopefully the library will accept the album into their catalog and then they can pitch it as part of their catalog. The other way is to find libraries that get briefs, and then you send music that either you have in your catalog, or if you have time, you custom make something to a brief and you send your music into that brief. If you don't know what a brief is, it's basically music that it's a written text that you get that might explain what kind of music is needed in a scene for a movie or TV show. Jersey boy, man, trying to be, and that's all because of my wife who takes care of the kids. Our daughter is a senior this year, so that's the other part of it. College prep and scholarships and everything. So gotta really work with her. She wants to get into creative writing. She's been writing songs. I posted one a couple weeks ago. She had wrote. She's been writing songs, but she had wrote a song for Drew Hill. She had wrote another verse to the thong song. Or had written, whatever the English is. She wrote a song, second verse to the thong. So she's been writing. And she did a creative writing course over the summer. So she wants to get into creative writing. So hopefully, I went to Full Sail. Full Sail has a great creative writing program down in Florida. I know the mind spinning with school she wants to go to for that. Going into your Shaolin Temple of Production. Yo, enjoy the production. If anyone has any questions, like I said, I'm gonna get into setting this thing up. This I can't wait to set this thing up. And see how it works, and I might start testing some things. Hopefully as soon as tonight with going live or testing the Zoom and the production stuff. What's crazy is I got some briefs in, so it's like I gotta chase that, some not urgent, but deadlines are like a couple hours or tonight, and it's like, okay, do I set this up or do I do that? And it's like I gotta figure it out. And I think this is compact enough that I can probably like set it up, take it to my bed and set it up there, and not in my music room. But I want to get the full experience setting it up in the music room down here, where I will be using it because I want to go live for the production sessions and things. So Yeah, and if anyone has any questions, definitely pop it in the chat here. I'll be around a little bit. Maybe we'll go to, it says 24 minutes. Maybe I'll go up to 30 minutes. And I need to figure out more. I go live like all over the places, which is probably why um, people are like, you're not on YouTube, but I got to start going live on YouTube more. And I might even go live on Instagram. Saw that on Facebook. You saw that I was going live here on Facebook, or what did you see on Facebook, Jersey Boy? Let me know. Or is it Jersey Boy or Jersey Boy? I always mess it up. But yeah, I like YouTube. It's a little less stressful. I think when I use this system, I will be going live. Probably on. I think I'm gonna start with Zoom because people can talk back. I want to do Zoom like meetings and have those interactive, so that people have been asking me to do like trailer music sessions. So maybe I'll figure out how to. I want to do a masterclass on trailer music, maybe trailerizations. Again, it would be really like high level, so I don't know who would. Maybe someone can benefit, but maybe I'll start a little easier with how you can sort of add trailer elements to hip hop stuff, which I do also. So we can start there and sort of build up to the epic trailer thing. So stay tuned for, it starts with me getting this set up, testing it out, making sure I got my settings saved or bookmarked or figure out how to get that. And then the other part of it is making sure I get my files transferred over, which I don't think it'll take a long time, but I want to make sure that when I do it, maybe I'll post a question on Facebook. Like when I do it, even if I name the drive the same, will it just automatically detect all that stuff from my Logic sessions? Because I don't want to have a lot of downtime transferring stuff over. I know it happens, technology, that's the world we live in, but I can't afford too much downtime. A day, maybe two, like a weekend, that's fine. But after that, I gotta get back to it. So, yeah. So I don't. Yeah, Jersey Boy. Let me know what you saw on Facebook. L Cool J, thank you. Wednesday, thank you. So chasing opportunities. But yeah, Disney's been great. I would love to land a Disney trailer, which was my goal last year, to land a Disney trailer. But I wasn't mad when I had the opportunity to work on the Disneyland attraction. But still chasing the Disney trailer. So that's still a goal. Yeah, Jersey Boy. Yeah, she's been writing. So she probably has more songs than she's let me know. But she sends me stuff. She's like, "Can you make a beat? I want a piano intro. I want this," and she's like structuring it. So I'm working with her on getting that together. Jersey Boy. What I'm saying, Jersey Boy. Yeah. But she got the songwriting bug, and then her mom, my wife, is like playing 90s music, R&B head. So she got the music bug in her for real. And she went to the Drew Hill concert, and she knew all that. She knows probably more songs from artists in the early late 90s than a lot of people, even like people our age, know. Like she knows like their catalogs, like the deep cuts. Lived in Memphis since 2001. That's what's up. Are you still in Memphis there? Yeah, Wednesday. So hopefully when I get to studios and stuff, I'm gonna start taking her just to see the vibe, and hang out in those sessions. So the only thing is I know when I go to studios, sometimes I'm there. I just got to see if she's ready to be there like all night, all day. Because sometimes I'm there when I go to studio. I'm ready to just set up camp. Even when we were at NAM, I was going to studio sessions. There was literally something at a different studio every night. And I knew like I had to be back at NAM the next morning, but sometimes we were out I was out till 1, 2 in the morning at studio sessions, and then trying to get to NAM, by 8 or 9 or whatever the first session was the next day. And luckily the hotel we stayed at was right close. It was like a block away from the convention center, so it was right there. So we could just walk there. But as far as conferences, maybe I'll do another live about that sometime. PMC would love to get to California for that production music conference. What I would really love, because the more I put things out there, energy out there, I believe things will come back. I have a lot of brands. I use the SSL 2 Plus. I have I'm working on some stuff for IK Multimedia. I have a Yamaha. I have Yamaha keyboard, Yamaha mixer, Yamaha speakers. I have the iLoud IK Multimedia. I have the PreSonus Revelator that I unboxed in this video. Would love to get a brand sponsorship who would pay for me to go to these events. For example, if PreSonus, but maybe if I say the company's name right, they'll be like, yeah. But if I can get them to be like, yeah, if you come out to this event and maybe do, a couple hours at our booth every day, we'll pay for you to come out. And that way I can get to New York or California for these events. But yeah, don't update your operator. I just Jersey boy, I did that. I had the issue the last 2 weeks with native access where when I opened it up, it said installing dependencies, whatever the full error was, like a paragraph. And it happened once, and then I think there was another update that Apple did or I did, and then it happened again. So I fixed it the first time, and then it happened again, and then I fixed it the second time. But I had to. It took me about a day going through all these message boards. Luckily, I could still use the plugins I had in native access or had in Contact or in Logic, but I needed to. I was trying to download a new plugin to beta test in native access, and I couldn't do it because it wouldn't open up. So yeah, I had to do that whole dependency thing, relocate or whatever it was. It just took a couple hours, twice, and I had to do it twice. So yeah, just hesitant to update. And I use another plugin that I'll talk about that's really great for stemming out stems in Logic. It automates the process. It saves me probably 30 minutes to an hour each session by stemming out things through the master plugin. I can stem out each track through the master processing. I was having issues with that because it wasn't updated with the current update of Logic, and I was on the latest version of Logic. But they just updated their thing. I actually got to download it today. They have an update for that works with the current version of Logic now. So there's a lot of things coming out that's helping us as creatives save more time. And for me, that's why I'm embracing the AI-ness of the world to the point that we can. I don't know if I'll ever get it to the point where like I want to be like in a car or train that's driven by AI. But if it can help me get some ideas for a music project, and of course, like AI text, I'm using that all the time. Coming up with ideas for track names or descriptions or YouTube titles and YouTube descriptions, literally scripts for YouTube videos. I use AI for a lot of tech stuff. I use AI for the artwork, for a lot of my music titles. When I post them, when I post my music catalog to Disco, I try to put some type of artwork with the song or the track, and I just use AI, put in the track title or maybe a key lyric from the title and see what happens. And there's a lot of great AI platforms out there. Like I said, go to futuretools.io and research them all. There's one. I went to Full Sail University. And I met a guy who actually lives in the area. I'm in the DC area. Met a guy who lives in the DC area who wrote he programmed like a podcast platform, an AI podcast platform that lets you put your podcast in this AI, and it'll give you like snippets of it that you can share on social media. It'll do the transcript of it. It's called Melville. I think it's melville.ai. It might be melville.com. But definitely check out Melville. It's also on futuretools.io. If you go to futuretools.io, maybe it should be under the podcast, whatever section. But yeah, I'm going to install this thing and hopefully get it all done before the family gets home, and see if I can test some things out. And if all goes well, maybe sometime this weekend or next week, I will be doing some of those sessions. So stay tuned. Like I said, I got to go live here more. Check out the Syncrets To Success podcast. It is on YouTube on this channel, where I am doing 30 days, just talking about sync as the intro to the podcast, and then we'll see what happens after that. But check out Syncrets To Success, and also check out the Syncrets To Success Facebook group. L Cool J, since you've been gone, the narrative of music production has changed thanks to now there's a push to use hardware or a hybrid setup instead of just plugins. What are your thoughts? I don't have I have hardware actually, but I don't have hardware since. I have a original Yamaha Motif. It's from 2001. I don't use the sounds out of it, but I talked to a really great hardware composer named Heinbach last year, a German composer and sound designer. And he was like, you might want to start using those sounds again because they're making a comeback. So just plugging out the audio of the keyboard into like Logic or into my SSL 2 Plus and using the sounds directly in Logic. But mostly I'm using virtual instruments. I'm beta testing a lot of virtual instruments. And especially like I still work full time, so I would go to work. I started bringing my personal device to work, laptop to work, and I would like be producing stuff like early like lunch break or whatever, early in the morning before people come in, mixing like finishing up some mixes or working on some things or stemming out stuff. So I know there's a big push for like the hybrid hardware setup. The only thing I would say, I probably won't buy any like hardware things, but if I win it in a contest or someone donates some stuff, then yeah, I'll test it out. Can't believe you get all that done with. Wednesday is like I said, it's because my wife takes care of the family, our the kids, homeschool our daughter. Like I said, she's about to be a senior, but my wife is doing it all and giving me the time I need because we have to. I got to make this music thing work, and then one placement, one like big Disney was pretty decent, but one like life changing thing, trailer or whatever it is all I need. And then I can really dive in full time. So a lot of people say, I can't believe you do so much with the full time job. I don't sleep, so something does have to sacrifice. I usually get 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I'm trying to get up to 6. If I can get up to 6, I'll have probably more energy to make the music that I need to make in less time. But I probably get 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, and I need it way more. Jersey Boy, I'm gonna keep the motif. I'm not get rid of it. But what I do have on the wish list is Native Instruments keyboard with the lights. So I'm trying to find some friends over at Native Instruments. Yeah, the original motif. There is one called the ES that came out like shortly after, which is when it came out, my wife was like, "Do you want to trade it in to upgrade?" And I said no. And I probably should have said yes. But the original motif, the sounds in there are incredible. I think I have a motif rack somewhere around here too, which is the outboard motif. So you can basically use any keyboard, plug it up MIDI, and use the sounds from the outboard rack. So I was using that like in church, things like that. But yeah, still got the original motif, but using it as a MIDI controller for all these bunch of Logic or plugins that I have. Speaking of plugins, a big plugin coming out next week, LOLComp, LOLCOMP. I'm going to talk about it when it drops on the 14th. The best UI from one of the best companies, I would say, Mixing Night Audio. Shout out to Ken Lewis and Mixing Night Audio. They make some of the most fun plugins. I know the plugins, they seem like games to some people, or some people might not take it seriously, but for me, if I'm gonna be looking at a plugin, 2 3 3 hours at a time, I want to look at something fun that doesn't just look like a hardware thing that we've been looking at for decades. Mixing Night Audio, they have one out now called Greenhouse. It's incredible. Shoot me a DM or a message if you want the link. And then they have one coming out next week called LOLComp. It's incredible. The compressor, it's replaced a lot of my plugins like compressor, EQ, and it has reverb built in. But I'm going to talk about it when it drops next week. All right, I think I'm getting alerts to my phone, so I think my family might be coming home. But either way, I'm gonna try to get this mic set up really fast and figure some things out. Thank you for joining. Stay tuned for me going live more often, hopefully here on YouTube. Stay tuned for some production sessions and things once I get my mic figured out and set up. Thank you all for tuning in. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right. Peace.